Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. The Clásico has ended. Real Madrid have won 2-1 against Barcelona in an absolutely massive game. We said coming into it, please Barca, can you do it in this big moment in La Liga? We knew if we won this game, we'd be in a wonderful position to win the title. Now Real Madrid have got the 3 points, and that is going to put them now in a great position to go on and win this league. Look, it isn't over in La Liga. I still believe if we win all of our games from now until the end of the season, we can win this title. But look guys, today was a big opportunity, and again, in a big moment, we could have gone 5 points clear, and now we're 1 point behind Real Madrid. We messed up again, guys. Questions will be asked, of course, of the team, of Ronald Koeman, certainly. It was a mental Clásico in so many ways. I don't think Real Madrid were that amazing. They played very defensive, counter-attacking football. Barcelona, clearly in a big moment, just couldn't do it again, especially in that first half. But anyway, without any further ado, let's try and dissect this match and get into a good match review. Let's start with team selections. Real Madrid actually, interestingly, didn't go for what we predicted. They made one change from the Liverpool game. They played Valverde instead of Asensio. I'm going to say it's now a bit of a masterstroke, in my opinion, from Zinedine Zidane. It was essentially there to pad out Real Madrid's right-hand side. They played such a wall, essentially, with Valverde there on the right-hand side, and it basically took the burden off Lucas Vázquez there. So Valverde helped out massively defending Jordi Alba. For Barcelona, we went with what I wanted, what all of you guys wanted as well there. So Araujo in defence next to Mingueza and Longley. De Jong pushed up to midfield, and Griezmann dropped to the bench. But I think quite quickly we saw that didn't even work, guys, did it? So we had to bring on Griezmann at half-time, for Dest, in fact, and revert to a back four. But let's start with that first half, and that first half was interesting because I think in a Clásico I'm usually expecting a relatively equal game. Maybe Barcelona with a bit more possession, but not this much. In this game, Real Madrid, they camped in very, very deep. They were happy for Barcelona to dominate the ball and then hit us on the counter-attack, and fair play to Zidane. You know, in these moments, he seems to always get it right, doesn't he? Even with the injuries, with this battered Real Madrid squad that I really don't think, and we saw it today in the second half especially, it really isn't that good, guys. You can go for it, you can beat it, but you know what? With Zidane on the touchline, they just can't really be beaten, can they? They are relentless, and it looks like they've done it again, despite not even playing that well, in my opinion. But first half, they sat back. Valverde was so deep there on the right-hand side, watching Alba. Barca with all the possession, but Real Madrid just relentlessly counter-attacking us, and they did get the first goal of the game. Valverde coming off that right-hand side. Jordi Alba, poor defensive mistake again, in my opinion, steps out of his position, doesn't make the challenge, and we've seen that one too many times, haven't we, from Alba? We know he's not good enough defensively, but we know offensively he gives us so much. But Valverde comes in there, slides it into Lucas. Longley also overcommits a little bit there, and then it's Lucas to Benzema. I literally said it in the preview, guys, stop the cross. Of course, there was no one there to stop it, so then we were just hoping, weren't we? Benzema, movement in the box, always brilliant. Araujo has to stay tighter, but you know what? Araujo against Benzema, that was going to be difficult, and Benzema, lovely finish as well. Could Ter Stegen have done better? Perhaps, but you know, the improvisation there from Benzema was brilliant to put Real Madrid 1-0 up pretty early on. After that, you know, Barcelona kept on probing, but let's just say it straight, guys. We didn't really have any clear-cut opportunities in that first half. Perhaps a few penalty shouts here and there. I'm not really sure if any of them were penalties. We'll have to have another look. You know, of course, in the next days and hours, we're going to get way more reports and closer images and stuff of some of the penalty shouts in this game, and maybe there was a bit of a robbery there on Real Madrid's side. It wouldn't be surprising to see, wouldn't it, with their history? But as I say, guys, it was just long possessions for Barcelona, trying to break Real Madrid down very high up in their pitch. Real Madrid just sitting off us in a really deep wall, you know, quite negative football, but it did just work to an absolute T for them. They got themselves a free kick here, which actually came in the second goal. It was Toni Kroos who takes the free kick, and this also definitely had an element of luck about it. The strike from Kroos was heading straight for Ter Stegen's hands. Dest turns his back on it, which he really shouldn't be doing. That always leaves it open to go anywhere, basically. It hits off the back of Dest, and then it's Alba who gets back on the goal line, but he heads it almost just into his own net. You know, he skims it in there. 2-0 Real Madrid within half an hour. Disaster for Barcelona, and it didn't look like it was going to get any better, guys. It was again the same, you know, Barcelona trying to get up, but every time Real Madrid won the ball, so many options, so much pace. Vinicius, Valverde, Benzema just charging forward against us. Valverde hit the post. Ter Stegen made a good save on the rebound from Lucas. And for Real Madrid, you know, Barcelona, we had that chance at the end with Messi where he hit the post from a corner, wasn't it? That was crazy. But other than that, you know, perfect half for Real Madrid. Disaster for Barcelona, and Real 2-0 up in the Clásico. Thankfully for Barca, though, the Clásicos are never done there. We did indeed try to get ourselves back in the game in that second half, and to be fair, for the first 10 minutes, actually, of that second half, even after bringing Griezmann on for Dest at half-time, it was actually kind of more of the same. You know, Barcelona, a lot of possession in the Real Madrid half, but Real counter-attacking so well. Vinicius, Benzema, Kroos, all getting in there, having good chances. You look at the header that Kroos had there. in the second half. That was a great chance. And by the way, if I forget a few chances, just spare me, because there was just so much crazy stuff going on in that game. You know, I can't keep up with it all. I'm just trying to remember it off the bat here, right after full time. But it was before the hour mark that Barcelona got their goal back, and it's Oscar Mingueza. You've got to say, a great moment for him. It's Alba who gets the ball in. Griezmann goes for it at the near post. It misses both him and De Jong there, but it falls to Mingueza, and he sort of just skewers it in, pats the Barcelona badge, and a big moment for him, the La Masia man. You've got to say, Mingueza again today, brilliant at the back, and a really passionate performance from him. You know, he's looking like someone who, for me, he could be a big player for us. I love his attitude, and let's hope that he goes on to be a big player in our future. For me, certainly has to be there next season. That's without any debate. And performances like this, you know, away at Real Madrid in the toughest of circumstances, that's great stuff from him. And amongst this, guys, was, of course, that massive rainfall. You know, it was absolutely crazy, wasn't it, how much rain was coming down on that pitch. You know, Messi was changing his shirt, and actually there were loads of substitutions going on as well. Zidane made several changes, Koeman made several changes. We got ILAIX on there, we got Roberto on, interestingly. Braithwaite and Trincao came on later. For Zidane, in my opinion, they made some bad changes. They actually, for me, made themselves very, very susceptible to Barcelona attacks because they took off so many of their great players. So Benzema came off, Valverde came off, Vinicius came off, and that to me really helped Barcelona. We had way more possession, even more than we were having before, and a lot of chances trying to probe Real Madrid's defence. And I think you look at some of the chances we had, I think Alba got on a few occasions. In my opinion, he definitely could have pulled one back to Pedri there for a tap-in. He almost went for goal, tried to smash it across the 6-yard box in the end. Courtois got a touch on it and got it away. Real Madrid also broke down the other end. Vinicius had a great chance to square it to Benzema. He didn't get enough on that pass, and Araujo managed to clear. Messi had a few set-piece situations, actually free kicks, but against Courtois and Real Madrid's wall, it just never really looked like it was going to end up going in the back of the net for the Argentine today. You had Ter Stegen tipping it over the crossbar, Mingueza coming close again, marauding forward. And then I think there was a big moment in the game there, guys, in about the 83rd minute, where for me, Barcelona could have had a penalty. There's been a lot of debate about this, the one on Braithwaite. The ball finds its way there to Mendy at the back post, and I believe that he's just trying to shepherd this ball out, but Braithwaite's the sort of player that, you know, he will hound you down in that sort of situation. He gets there first, and Mendy attempts to essentially bring him down. Now look, for me, on the replay, on the video, there doesn't look like much contact, but I'm telling you now, from a footballer's point of view, if Martin Braithwaite's going for that ball, he's got no intention to go down there. He's won it first, Mendy's put his arm out, and he's stopped him. When you're running at full flow, when you're off balance there, for me it's a foul, he's impeded his player, and it should have been a penalty for Barcelona. It looks soft, and it will do on the replay, but in my opinion, Mendy there, he stops Braithwaite, and Barcelona certainly could have had a penalty there. And I think the thing that's annoying about this is, if that was for Real Madrid, they were 2-1 down in a minute like that, and that happened to them, would we be seeing a penalty? In my opinion, probably yes. That's what I find irritating. Barcelona perhaps could have had a few penalties today. I don't think it was a complete robbery from Real Madrid today that we've seen in the past, and believe me, I'll say when it is, because my God, they've done a lot of them. But you've got to say, there were a few decisions, that one for me especially, where I do think Mendy, he did tug Braithwaite. It was very minimal contact, but in my opinion, it's certainly enough for a penalty. And then just before the game was up, guys, Casemiro got 2 yellow cards in about a minute, actually. A bad foul on Messi, then an even worse one on Mingueza there. So 2 cards for Casemiro. He was off, and it was similar to the Sevilla game, wasn't it, when we were thinking, now there are 10 men, can we please get a goal? It just wouldn't come though, guys, and even in the last moments there you saw, by the way, why was only 4 minutes added on? I've got no idea. The general 4 minutes should have been added on for a Clásico in a normal football match. You know, that's what we always see these days, isn't it? When it's so tight and intense. But then on top of the fact that the referee had to change his actual equipment, you know, in terms of connection with the VAR and whatnot, his wires and stuff, I don't know how we didn't get more than 4 added minutes in this game. That was really dodgy as well, in my opinion. But we did have one more massive chance, and it fell to ILAIX Moriba, the man off the bench, the young La Masia player. And imagine if him and Mingueza got our goals today. It fell to him off of a Longley header, and he wallops it off the crossbar. It falls back to Ter Stegen, who lashes it against Trincao's leg. But for Barcelona, it just wouldn't go in, guys. We slipped it up. We messed up our opportunity. I thought we did really well in the second half, completely caved Real Madrid in. That Real Madrid team, we've seen it, guys. They were there to defend, they were there to counter-attack. It's not the best Real Madrid team, you'll see, but it is Zidane's Real Madrid team. They found a way again. They're in a great position in the Champions League against Real Madrid. They're now in a wonderful position as well in La Liga. And you got to say for Barcelona, we came into this game knowing just how good of an opportunity this was, and we've slipped it up. We've now let Real Madrid back in the title race, right back almost in control. Of course, if Atletico win all of their games, they will be the champions, but what we want, guys, is Atletico still to drop points. For me, that doesn't change. They've got Real Betis away tomorrow, so we hope they'll drop points there. But for Real Madrid, in those last 8 games, are they going to drop points? We'll hope. But I think we all saw what happened last season, and I just hope, guys, that that doesn't happen again. For Barcelona, though, of course, there will be questions asked about Ronald Koeman. I think that's always fair, to be honest. You know, we look, I said in the preview coming into this sort of big game, when it really matters most, almost when there's a trophy on the line, can we do it? And, well, again, we haven't done it. We've got a COPA final next week. It's a massive game. It's a trophy we've had our eyes on all season, let's be fair about it. And that is going to be against Athletic Club. So that is a huge, huge game. You've got to say for Koeman, that's a massive, massive game in his Barcelona career. If he can bring a trophy to Barca and we can have some celebrations there, that will definitely put a smile on the fans' faces again, in my opinion. And then it's all about that sprint for La Liga, isn't it? We've just got to trust that Real Madrid will drop points, that Atletico will continue to drop points. We've, of course, got Atletico around the 9th of May, I believe, so that's going to be a massive game in itself. But for tonight, guys, in my opinion, we messed it up. We didn't even get a draw, which would have been a good result, in my opinion. And you know what? We've gifted it back into Real Madrid's hands, in my opinion. There'll certainly be more reaction after this, but I think that is where I will wrap it up, guys. I'll leave you guys to leave any more thoughts in the comments down below. Barcelona haven't managed to do it today. Despite all that pressure in the second half, Real Madrid have won the Clásico again this season. But I will see you guys very, very soon for more videos on the channel. And of course now, we just got to switch our focuses, haven't we? We've got a cup final, a massive game to win, a trophy on the line. That's what we live for. So I'm going to have to say that I'm going to have to turn my focus to that now. I'll see you guys soon. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And goodbye.